They have a dim setting that's like half the lights turn on.
All right, here we are at the Prince William Ice Center, our home ice. League game against Montgomery Ice Devils. We're wearing the white jerseys today. Montgomery's wearing a dark blue jersey. And we're getting ready to start a warm-up. They just finished cleaning the ice. We have two referees just getting the nets out there. There was a open skate session before this game, so there's no nets out there. That might slow things down a little bit. We're probably going to start about 5 minutes late. So you got another probably 5 minutes before they drop the puck to start the game. So we had a wild game against this Montgomery team a couple weeks ago. The score was 11-9. Montgomery beat us. So this should be a crazy game as well, I think. All right, that whistles the start of the warm-up. All right, that horn is the end of the warm-up.
So what am I doing now? I'm putting the ticket in my pocket. And I'm putting this on my pocket. Oh, you're good. I think I paid for it anyway. Hey, right in the middle. Get out.
Okay, breaking out of the huddle around the net there. I'll get your starting lineup. Looks like we only have one goalie today, and it's Henry. So he'll be in net for us. And get the starting line here. Looks like Cohen and Danny on defense. And after that, I can't tell you. I think it looks like Brody, Riot, and Yosef. Yosef's on the far side. Riot's taking the face-off. Brody's on the near side. Danny and Cohen back on defense. Henry in net. 15-minute periods. We're playing the Montgomery Ice Devils. All right, so this was a makeup game from a Veterans Appreciation Day from Veterans Day. So I think we're gonna do a little tribute to veterans here with playing the national anthem. Okay, the national anthem's been played. And now we're going to get a starting line. Same folks as before. Yosef, Riot, Brody, Cohen, and Danny. Henry's in net. And here comes drop. Patriots are in white here. And collected by Montgomery on the draw. Immediately take a shot. Henry had to shrug that off. Knocked away by Danny. Danny's got it on a corner now. Sends it ahead for Yosef. Yosef couldn't handle that pass and dumped back in. Held in by Montgomery. Montgomery throws it on net. Missed the net. Comes over to the near side corner. Picked up on Montgomery and they hold control. They send it into the crease. Knocked away by a defender there. And now tied up by Montgomery. They end up the back end. Loose puck behind the net. Montgomery's going to shovel it out of there and over the near side. Takes a big hit by Yosef. Danny's got it now. Trying to get it out of the zone. Chips it ahead for Brody. Brody chips it in deep now. It's a foot race. loose puck behind the net. Joseph gets there first. He got some pressure. Sends it in the slot. There was nobody there, though, and puck comes flying out of the zone. All the way back in the defensive zone. Danny's got to go collect that. And now Langston is on the ice. Danny sends it back to Langston, and now Danny comes off the ice. Sends it ahead for Dylan. Dylan shovels it ahead, but there's just Montgomery players there, and they send it ahead. Now it got behind our defense a little bit. And now getting chased after by Z, trying to slow him down. Has it on the backhand. Shovels it on net. Knocked away by Henry, and now Z's got it. Pours it out of the zone and got touched up by Montgomery and neutralized. They dump it back in. Loose puck now deep and getting chased after. Williams going to get to it first. Settles the puck. Got a forechecker on him. Sends it ahead towards Dylan. Dylan clears the zone now. Getting some back check though from Montgomery. Now shovels it in on the backhand. Missed the net though. Goes bouncing loose puck behind the net. Forechecking now is Nico. Bouncing puck goes into the corner. Montgomery's there, but Nico's trying to catch up. And now leaves the zone and Montgomery now brings it in, sends it ahead, and Williams there knocks it back towards the blue line and now back out of the zone. Montgomery collects the puck in neutral ice and dumps it back in. Touched up by William, and now control and send ahead for, and Montgomery's making some changes. Dylan takes a shot from a mile out, took a weird hop and went over the left of the net, and now shoveled on back towards the blue line, but held in by Gethin. Gethin left a puck there though, and now Montgomery's trying to clear it out. Swooping in was Ellis, and back to the blue line. And now Ellis is onside. Makes some more changes. Ellis is going to try to take a shot. Does. Big rebound. Goes over to the far side. Zach's on the ice now. Got the puck taken away by Montgomery. Montgomery fires it out towards the high slot. Now clears the zone. Makes some moves though. Chris is out there now with William. Back check though by Zach. Puck loose at the blue line. Picked up by Ellis. Ellis is now making some moves to get away from that. Back check by Montgomery. Brings it in the slot. Banged on by Montgomery. Loose puck now goes into the circle. Goes off of Ellis into the high slot. Now picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery clears the zone. Now picked up by Williams. Going to circle on this. Sends it back up. Chris sends it ahead. Missed the pass though. Goes into the offensive zone though. And Ellis is there. And they chip it. Ellis holds it in. It goes in deep now. Loose puck behind the net. And chasing after now on the forecheck is Zach. Montgomery chips it out of there though. Back to Zach. Zach's got it on top of the circle. Takes a shot. It hit the defender and falls down in the slot. Now knocked away by Montgomery. And the neutral ice picked up by Chris. Chris chips it back towards the offensive zone. And now we got offsides of the call. They were making some changes, and I don't know how that could have been offsides. I'm saying center ice for this faceoff. I thought we were back, but I might have missed it. Johnny's out there now. Z, Dakota, Chris, and Jackson. Z's taking the faceoff. Dakota's on the near side. Johnny's on the far side. 12:08 to go in the first period. No score on the board. And controlled by the Patriots. Chris is going to go fetch this at our blue line. Chips it ahead for loose puck, and now chips it ahead again. Now Montgomery settles it on their blue line. They send it across ice, but Jackson's there waiting for it. He takes it away and sends it back, but intercepted by Montgomery. Montgomery now skating, enters the zone, onside. Makes the move, lost the puck though on Jackson's stick. Goes into the slot, knocked away by Chris, goes into the far corner. Montgomery retrieves the puck there, but getting some pressure. And now Montgomery's going to try to take a shot, missed the net, comes over here to the near side. And Dakota's there, going to collect the puck on the backhand, shovels it out of there, goes back towards the red line. And Montgomery missed that, and now it's going all the way down. Forechecking now is Johnny. Puck goes in deep. Montgomery chips it out towards the blue line, held in by Z. Z chips it in, but Montgomery immediately dumps it back out. Slowed down by Cohen as he came off the ice, now circled on by Jackson. Jackson's got a forechecker on him. He sends it back over here to the near side. Dakota's there, but got back on. It could have been offside. No call, though. And now picked up by Cohen. Cohen's got it now and sends it ahead for Dakota. Dakota chips at it, but left it there because Montgomery got a stick on that. Now puck goes across the red line. And bouncing puck, Montgomery's going to get outside here, brings it into the slot. And down in the circle, takes a shot, score. And Montgomery puts the score 1-0, 11:04 to go in the first period. Okay, fresh legs out there for the Patriots. Brody, Riot, Joseph, Cohen, and Danny. Riot's taking the face-off. And controlled by Montgomery, and they immediately send it over here to the near side. Swooping in is Danny, one off of Danny's skate. Now putting it on Joseph. Joseph's going to go under the zone onside. Going to wind up, takes a shot, goes off the defender's shin guards in the far corner. Now swooping in on a forward check, though, is Brody. And loose puck down there, now dug out of there by Riot. Riot's got on a forehand behind the net. Got knocked away by a defender. Now hammered out of there. It comes over to the near side corner. Danny came in a little deep to play that, but knocked back in deep to the far corner by Montgomery. Swooping in is Joseph to contest the puck and takes control of it. Has it at the top of the circle, shoots, misses to the left, comes over to the near side. Forward checking now, Riot take big hit in the corner, loose puck now, squirts out. Joseph chipped it into the circle, went off of Joseph on that second attempt. Now off to the top of the circle, went over the high slot, now leaves the zone. Chasing after it is Cohen, but got a forward checker on him and got it past him, though, back towards the red line. Now throwing back towards our offensive zone. And now Montgomery's onside, takes a shot. Henry saw that, gloves it, and play continues. Puck goes squirting over in the far corner, now picked up by Montgomery. They send it out to the blue line, and trying to hold the zone. They just shifted it back in, but now intercepted by Cohen. Cohen throws it off the defender, and now bouncing puck in the top of the circle and out of the zone. And Brody chipped it ahead, and I was going to change. Montgomery's made a change, and they're coming onside. It lost in the high slot. Now it goes back towards the blue line. Montgomery's already chips it back into the top of the circle. Some collisions there, now picked up by Nico, going the other way, joined by Dylan, and lost the puck right at the red line. Now picked up by Montgomery, and they're going to get back onside right here. And they make a move to try to get past Langston, and they do. But who's puck in the corner now? And Z's got it on a backhand, now a forehand, trying to get past the defender. Montgomery's got it now, brings it towards the net, takes a shot. Moose got a piece of that, knocked it away. Now loose puck picked up on Montgomery. Montgomery sends it back towards the blue line. Some collisions there, shoveled out of there, now dumped in and ricocheting around, now picked up by William. William sends it out of the zone for Dylan. Dylan had to slow that down, but now has it and knocked away by Montgomery's defense. Picked up by William. William's going to charge into the offensive zone, takes the zone, sends it to the slot. Dylan's there, takes a shot. Big rebound, knocked away by the defense, goes over the far side boards. Now picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's crossing the red line now, and they're changing, so it's just a one knocked away by William. William's going to go chasing after this. Gave up on it, though, as Montgomery completes their change. Nico's out there on a forecheck, got past Nico, and now crosses the red line, sends it ahead, and now enters the zone, and centers it, but intercepted by William. William now picks up the puck going the other way, and sends it over here to the near side of Nico. Nico's going to dump it in, and it went off the defender. Now puck goes in deep, chasing after it is Montgomery. They hammer it over to the far side, hit something weird. Now swooping in is Zach. Zach chips at it, goes towards the net, but knocked down by the defense. Now into the near side circle. Tying him up is Ellis. Ellis is going to try to take a shot, but goes off the defender. Now loose puck in the corner. And Zach was forechecking, but didn't much do with it. Goes over to the far corner of Gaffney's there. Gaffney settles the puck, knocked away by the defender. Chasing after his own get. Now shovels on the backhand out towards the blue line, but intercepted by Montgomery. Montgomery's going to exit the zone. Touched up by William, though, and now Montgomery gets in. But Langston's there, lost his edge, goes down, and Montgomery tries to take a shot on net, gets a big rebound, and scores. And that makes the score 2-0 Montgomery. 7:59 to go in the first period.
That's
okay,
two, Riot!
Riot's out there now. Brody, Yosef, Chris, and Jackson. Riot's taking the face-off, controlled by Montgomery, chasing after Yosef. And big collision, goes down, and loose puck now picked up by Riot. Riot's going to take a shot. He hits something and goes deflecting behind the net, now picked up by Montgomery, but Yosef's there banging on it. Comes out to the top of the circle. Yosef's got control of it and banging on it, trying to hold the zone, but can't. Now comes out to neutralize, chasing after, and now Montgomery enters the zone. And top of the circle, getting poked at by Jackson. Lost the puck there. Takes a shot. Misses the net to the left. Goes over to the far side point. And now settles the puck and might leave the zone. It doesn't. He chips on it, but intercepted by Riot. Riot sends it ahead to Yosef. Yosef handles it with his paw. Now brings it into the tie slot. Knocked away by a defender and out of the zone. Chris is going to go settle on this puck, but he's got a forechecker on him. Sends it back in. Intercepted by Montgomery. Montgomery crosses the red line. Smeared into the boards by Yosef. Chris has got a collision there. Send it over to Brody. Brody's going to enter the zone. Chips at it. Goes off a defender. Montgomery's got the puck now and trying to exit the zone, but poking at it is Dylan, and Dylan's got it in the high slot. Shovels it on a backhand. Goalie had to go get that, and now covers it up, and that'll stop play. 7:03 to go in the period. Montgomery's up 2-0. Offensive zone faceoff coming here for the Patriots. Dylan's out there now with Z and Nico, Cohen, and Danny. Z taking the faceoff. Dylan's in the slot. Patriots win the draw over to Cohen. Cohen's got to go gap it, though. Shovels it in on the backhand. Loose puck behind the net. Z goes, gets it. Guys it on a forehand now. Looking for a pass. Takes a shot. Goes off the side of the net. Now loose puck handled by Montgomery. Knocked away, though, by Z. Now still battling for it. Now the puck squirts out to the far side corner. Montgomery trying to clear it out. They send it over to the near side, and they do clear the zone. Danny's there, but so is Montgomery. Montgomery settles the puck. Goes off of Dylan, but now chipped out by Z. Z playing keep away, trying to get it ahead. Pushes it to Nico. Nico enters the zone, sends it over to Dylan. Dylan's got it on the forehand, but got some pressure in his face. Takes a shot, but there's not much on it. Goalie's got to reach out and cover that, and that'll stop play. 6:30 to go in the first period, and Patriots are down by 2 goals. Offensive zone faceoff coming in some fresh legs for both teams. Gavin's out there now. Zach, Ellis, Langston, and William. Ellis is in the slot. Zach is taking the faceoff. and controlled by Montgomery, and they have it behind their net now. They fire it over to the near side boards, coming towards the point. Stepping up is Ellis already, chipping it off the defender, and now Montgomery gets a stick on it, but not a lot. Now back checked by Ellis, and loose puck comes in the top of the circle, swooping in, and now left the zone. Langston's got to get us back inside. We're offside. Just by a step, but we are offside, and it's going to come back to neutral ice. 6:13 on that stoppage of play. Right at the blue line, this faceoff's coming, says the referee. Zach taking the faceoff. No change in the line. Guthin's at center ice. And controlled by the Patriots. Back to Langston's getting some pressure, though, and now knocked away and ricocheted off some players there. Loose puck comes back to the blue line. And now Langston's there. He shovels it ahead for Ellis. Ellis had to slow down to get that. Now he's going to wind up, takes a shot from a mile out, misses the right. Now ricochets back and hammered out towards the point. Swooping in is William. William holds his own, sends it in the slot. Langston's there. Loose puck now picked up by Zach. Zach's going to take a shot. Missed the net to the right. Goes over to the near side, chipped that. And now Zach's there. Slows it down. Shovels it towards the net, but intercepted by a Montgomery player. Comes over to the near side boards. Ellis is there. Ellis is going to take a shot. Goalie gave up a rebound, knocked away by the defender. Now loose puck behind him. Sends it in the slot. Tries to backhanded one-timer there to Ellis, but it didn't go. Goes over to the near side. Now picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's got it trying to clear out. And they put some speed on, cross the red line, and they dump it in. And loose puck now behind the net, chasing after. Montgomery's going to get there first, but right behind him is the Patriots. Guthin's now got some room and now settles a bouncing puck. Looking for a pass as he sends it across ice. Zach was, I think, leaving the ice, and the pass went behind him, but he didn't see it. Now Montgomery sends it over to the near side. Ricochets off the near side board. Swooping in is William. William dumps it in and chases after his own get. Now getting joined by Ellis in the slot. And he took a knee there to get off it. Sends it in the slot, but there's two players tying up Ellis. Now the puck comes into the high slot, knocked away though, and now swatting at him. Montgomery's going the other way. Langston doing a fabulous defensive stop there, knocked the puck loose. And now banging on it is Z. Z's going the other way, got a 2-on-2. Getting joined by Dakota on the far side. Puts the brakes on as he enters the zone, sends it in the slot, goes over to Dakota in the far corner. Dakota sends it towards the, knocked away by the defender, now picked up by Montgomery, and they're trying to clear the zone. They send it out towards the point. Jackson steps up, winds up, takes a shot, goes off the shin guards of the defender. And now Jackson ships it ahead for Johnny. Johnny's got on the corner and dumps it in. Loose puck now, getting chased after on a forecheck. Montgomery's going to get there first. They send it over here to the near side point. Chris steps up and holds his own, chips it towards the high slot, and knocked away by a Montgomery player, and it could be icing. Icing's the call. It's going to come all the way back. Play stops at 4:16 in the first period. Montgomery's up 2-0, and we're going to have an offensive zone faceoff coming for the Patriots. Riot's out there. Brody, Yosef, Jackson, and Chris. Brody's going to set up in a slot. Riot's taking the faceoff. And controlled by Montgomery behind their net. But chasing on a forecheck is Riot, ties him up. And now still battling for control of the puck. Now swooping in is Brody. Now Riot's got on a forehand looking for a pass. Sends it in the slot. Yosef's there, but can't do much with it. The loose puck in front of the net. Goalie's down in the butterfly on his back, and the puck comes squirting out in the far corner. Sends back out to Chris at the point. Chris has got a bouncing puck. He couldn't hold his own. Throws it back in, and we're offside. And that'll stop play. 3:54 in the first period. The puck was on its edge and bounced right over Chris's stick as he tried to hold the zone there.
Keep it up!
And they're saying back to center ice for this faceoff. So it's Cohen, Danny, Brody, Riot, and Yosef. Controlled by Montgomery. They charge right towards the defensive zone, but shipped that by Danny. Danny flings it back, and now controlled by Montgomery. Montgomery sends it ahead to another Montgomery player, and they enter the zone. And makes the move, got past the defense, all the way into the corner, chasing after, banging on it was Riot, but helped maintain control of the puck. And they fired it into the slot. It goes off of Riot, now over to Yosef. Yosef's going to skate with it a bit, got some speed on, clears it out, and launches a missile all the way down the ice. It could be icing. It's going to come all the way back. 3:32 to go in the period. He airmailed that thing all the way down to the far red line. And back in the defensive zone. They're going to stay out there for another drop. It's Riot. Yosef's in the slot. Brody's going to take a spot, I think, on the board. Cohen's next to Yosef, and Danny's in the corner. And controlled by the Patriots. And Riot's got it now. Takes it behind the net. Fires it high out the glass over to Yosef on the far side there. Yosef gets some pressure, though. Clears it out. Now chasing after it. Yosef's got some speed on. Back checked away by Montgomery. Loose puck in neutral ice. Banging on its Riot. Now the puck's still come loose and now settled by Montgomery. They send it over to the near side, and Montgomery's waiting for that puck. And now they're onside. Make a move to get away from our defense, and now loose puck, Yosef picks it up, going the other way. A lot of players went down there, but no calls. Brody ends it as his own, but he had to give up the puck as he did. Now picked up by Yosef. Yosef kicks it to himself, now has it on the far circle in the corner. Looking for a pass here. He fires a shot, misses to the right, goes over to the far side. Swooping in is Z making some moves to get away from that defender, and now tried to center it, but taken away by Montgomery. Goes in now behind the net. Picked it up by Z again. He's got it on a forehand, looking for a pass. Sends it back behind the net, over to the far corner. Took a weird hop and now picked up by Montgomery, and they're going to immediately chip it out of the zone. And now chasing after it is Danny, and so is Montgomery right on his tail. Danny's got it now, playing keep away. Fires it back towards the blue line, but can't exit the zone. Picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's getting some pressure from Dylan, though, and now back checking. Dylan's got it, going the other way, getting joined by Nico in a 2-on-2. He's going to quickly turn. The guy went off the skate of a Montgomery player, and they turn it around going the other way. We made some changes there. Bouncing puck coming to Langston. Langston hammers it, but it goes off a couple of players. Now Montgomery's back outside, making some moves in the corner, and puts the brakes on down there, getting away from our defense, looking for a pass, and now loose puck, and now Z goes and gets it. I don't think nobody saw it except Z. Z airmails this out of there, up to Dylan, but knocked away by Montgomery, back to Nico. Nico swatting at the puck right at the red line there, and now tied up on the boards, and now picked up by Nico. Nico fires into the zone, but Montgomery's there waiting for it. They send it ahead to another Montgomery player, but Langston's there swatting at it, knocks it out of the zone, out to neutral ice. Picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery getting some pressure from Dylan, and now chipped ahead and cleared back to Montgomery, and now Langston steps ahead and sends it over to Dylan. Can't make that pass, though. Now Montgomery's got it, clears, and enters the zone into the high slot. Now on the backhand, knocked away by William, goes into the near corner, and comes out towards the top of the circle. Still being held in by Montgomery, but now the loose puck goes in the corner and going to get dug out of there by Z. Z's got it on the forehand. Montgomery made some changes. Z bounces the puck high off the glass, and it does not leave the zone. Still back in deep now. Langston's going to go fetch it behind it. Now skating with it a bit. He's getting some pressure from Montgomery. Chips it ahead for Nico. Nico's looking for the puck. It's right behind him. Hammers it in way deep, and now it's a loose puck. Forechecking is Dylan, and Zach's over there next to him. Now Montgomery keeps it away from Dylan, sends it over to the near side. Montgomery's got it on the forehand, trying to clear out. Gets some pressure from Zach, and Langston trying to hold the zone, can't. It goes out to neutral ice, and now we got a Montgomery player goes down, no call. Now Williams there, got it on the backhand, puts some speed on, trying to enter the zone, goes offside, now holds onside. Now we're offside. Now I got to get settled by William at the neutral ice. Looking for a pass. Sends it ahead, went off the skate of a Montgomery player. William tried to do something with that, now picked up by Montgomery. We made some changes there. Ellis is out there now. Langston kicked that puck away. Now picked up by Ellis. Ellis sends it ahead for Geffen. Geffen trying to collect the puck and get it out of the zone, but can't. Now over to Ellis, and Ellis does get it out of the zone. Montgomery fires it over to the far side, and Langston's there and settles the puck. Langston sends it ahead for missed all the Patriots and went all the way down in the offensive zone, and now back to neutral ice. Montgomery picks the puck off the board. Now they're going to enter the zone. And now swooped on by Chris and knocked away, but now the loose puck goes behind that, going over to the far side. Jackson's there. Jackson got to dig the puck off, hammers it out towards the point, held in by Montgomery. Montgomery sends it into the slot, missed the pass behind him, over to the near side circle. And that horn is the end of the period. One period in the books. Patriots are down 2-0. First intermission begins now. All right, that horn signals the end of the first intermission. We got the second period getting ready to start. Patriots are down by 2 goals. The score is 2-0 Montgomery. Even shots on the board for both teams. Patriots have 8. Montgomery's got 7, but Montgomery found the back of the net with 2 of those 7. So starting line, second period, we're defending the right side of the screen. Henry's still in net. Back on defense is Danny and Cohen. Z, Dylan, and Nico. Z is going to take this face-off. Nico's on the near side of the circle. Dylan's on the far side. 15-minute period. Second period, getting started now. Controlled by the Patriots. Back to Nico. Nico's getting back to Danny. Danny fires it ahead, but through the neutral ice, and now picked up by Montgomery. Sends it off a Montgomery player, and now they chip it ahead, and now Danny's there and chips it back over to neutral ice, over to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to clear it out, but Z gets in the way. Now going to dump it in, and now loose puck bouncing on its edge, getting chased after on a force by Dylan. Dylan's there, but so is Montgomery. And getting some pressure. Montgomery trying to get it out of there, but Dylan's all over him. The puck comes out towards the point now, and now Montgomery's going the other way on a 2-on-1. Danny's back on the fence trying to take away the pass, and couldn't quite connect on that pass. Goes over to the near side, and now back checking though, and now picked up by Z. Z skating with it now, looking for a pass. Airmails this thing out of play, and that'll result in a defensive zone faceoff. 14-16 to go in the period. That pass was going to hit me if there wasn't a net in the way. And back into the defensive zone. We're going to make some changes. Williams out there now with Langston. We got Riot, Brody, and Yosef. Langston and Yosef set up in the slot. Riot taking the face-off. I take that back. Yosef switched with Brody. Brody and Langston are in the slot. And controlled by Montgomery. Immediately take a shot. Goes off the side of the net. Picked up by William. William hammers it over to the far side point. Settled there by Brody. Brody sends it ahead for Yosef. Yosef's on a 1-on-2. Going to turn into a 2-on-2. Knocked away by the defense of Montgomery. But battling for control. Sends it on net. Goalie had to get that loose puck in front. Dug out of there. Takes a shot. Big rebound. Goes over to the far side circle. And now loose puck. Picked up by... Hammered out of there. Hit the referee. Now shoveling on it, but can't get it out. And now held in by Brody. Brody dumps it back in. Loose puck behind the net. Chasing after it. Riot's there. Going to have to settle that puck. And got some pressure, though, by Montgomery. Puck stuck down there to the boards. And Montgomery's trying to play it out of there, but being some pressure from the Patriots. Now, Williams sends it into the slot. Loose puck bouncing around the high slot. Taken away by Montgomery going the other way. Montgomery got some speed on. Langston's got to get back. Gets behind Langston and got some free shot here. And hit the bar on that crazy backhand. Almost left the ice. Now picked up by Yosef. And now can't clear the zone, though. And now back to Montgomery. And they're holding the zone. Big collision there. And by Brody. Now another big collision. Puck goes in the corner. And now picked up by Langston. Langston now got some room here. He's going to settle the puck. Put some brakes on. And getting some pressure on a forecheck, though, by Montgomery. Lost the puck. Trying to center it. Goes through the crease, but didn't hit the net. Now goes... Langston got in the way of that shot, or that pass, and now Montgomery's there, and they send it out towards the point. Brody's there, going to intercept this, though. Clears it out, and took a weird angle, so it could be icing, but they're signaling for icing. He's going to come all the way back. Now they drop the icing, coming all the way back. It hit, I don't know, it hit something weird on the boards and stayed in the zone. And now Williams trying to slow him down here, but Montgomery's going to enter the zone onside. And Langston got a piece of that, and now Montgomery centers it, went through the crease, the slot, and now hit Geffen. Geffen chips it out of the zone, goes out of play, and that'll stop play. 12:27, second period. Montgomery's up 2-0. And I think this faceoff's going to come in the defensive zone. Because we did that. Yeah, that's the case. Chris and Jackson in defense. Geffen, Zach, and Ellis. Geffen and Chris set up in the slot. Zach taking the draw. Controlled by, they immediately take a shot on goal. Comes over to the near side, but he got tied up by the defense. Takes another shot and missed the net. Comes over here now, loose puck behind that. Hammered by Zach, could clear out, and does. And out to neutralize Montgomery's got to get back on side. Forechecking is Ellis. Montgomery sends the puck across the ice. There's a Montgomery player there. Chipped ahead by Chris, but it hit the Montgomery player's skate. Now settled by Montgomery on the wrong side, but getting some pressure from Geffen. Puck comes in loose now behind the net. Chris is there, hammers it out towards the point, but held in by Montgomery. Now loose puck in the top of the circle, and we got a whistle coming. I think it's a hit on roughing on Geffen, I think is going to be the call here. He didn't have the puck, and Geffen hit him. And that is indeed the call. Geffen's going to the box. I think it's a minor penalty for 2 minutes. Hit in the back is the call. So we're going to be short-handed here. There's just less than 12 minutes to go in the period. We're down by 2 goals. And short-handed for, I think, 2 minutes. We'll see when they put this a minor penalty or a major penalty. They're saying we got to put another person in the box. So I think this is a major penalty. We're going to put another player in the box. I'm not sure the reason. I'm not the rule expert here, but we have 2 people in the box now. Johnny went in the box. 2-minute penalty on the board, though. Okay, and goes up to the high slot. Settled there by Montgomery. Montgomery takes a shot, knocked away by Moose. Goes over to the far side boards. Picked up by Jackson. Short-handed, chips it out of the zone, but settled by Montgomery at neutral ice. Forechecking here is Zach. Bouncing puck and big collision. Zach goes down, but so does Montgomery. Now Montgomery brings in the top of the circle. He's going to wind up, takes a shot, misses the high. Bouncing puck goes back out towards the blue line. And Montgomery's trying to hold his zone, but chipped out by Ellis. Ellis shorthanded going the other way on a breakaway. Got to settle a bouncing puck and lost it. Tried to bat it back in. Knocked away, though, by Montgomery, tied up in the corner. Now comes back towards the blue line, but hit Montgomery. And now settled and comes out and now closes his zone. And now Montgomery's in a 2-on-1 going the other way. Got some speed on and tried to center it, but knocked away by Chris. Puck goes behind the net. Montgomery's there. They chip at it. Chris is there and knocks it away himself over against the near side boards. Throws it out towards the blue line, but can't clear out. Now Henry's got to go down and play that. Zach fires it over to the far side boards, but it took a weird hop and now settled by Montgomery. And now goes in the corner. Montgomery's got it, but getting some pressure from Jackson. Montgomery sends it out, but intercepted by Ellis. Ellis is swatting on a pass, got lifted from behind there. And now Jackson pushes it after Ellis, and now they send it out of the zone. And Montgomery's got to get back on side. There's a little less than 50 seconds to go in this power play for Montgomery. Chris chips it, and now loose puck. Zach handles it out of the zone. Ellis is there and lost the puck, though. Lost his stick, too. Montgomery clears it, coming the other way, crosses the red line. And now it comes on side. Has it in the high slot. Now on the back end of the far circle. Jackson putting some pressure on. They center it. Who's puck in the slot? Knocked away by Chris. Now over to Jackson. And now some miscommunication here. Ellis chips it out of the zone. And now Montgomery settles the puck at neutral ice. 20 seconds to go in the power play for Montgomery. And Montgomery's charging to get back in. They're onside. Making some moves. Chris knocked that away. Been picked up by another Montgomery player. Takes a shot, but disrupted by Chris. Now they send it into the slot, but Chris was there and intercepted that. Now it sends over to Zach. Zach airmails this thing all the way down the ice. Bouncing puck, always got to come out and cover that. Still covering it, and now they whistle it dead. 2 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Patriots. 9:58 to go in the second period. Patriots are down by 2 goals. And we got one more drop here before we're going to get back to...
Go, Ryan!
Well, at least one player out of the box. I don't know. We'll see how these go, if these are concurrent penalties or... Okay, so Patriots won the draw. Yosef's got it shorthanded. Now back to... We got a player out of the box. We still have a player in the box. But we have 5 skaters on the ice now. Takes a shot, scores! Yeah, Brody had that goal there. I'm sorry, Ryan had that goal there. I looked away to look at the clock. I didn't see who scored. Patriots, at even strength, scored that goal. Gethin is still in the box, though. I don't know how much longer he's going to be in the box. There's no penalty minutes on the board.
All day!
So we got Brody, Riot, Yosef, Cohen, and Danny. Now taken by Montgomery's got it now, and they cross the red line. Some pressure there by Riot. Now over to Cohen. Cohen settles the puck and sends it out. They hit a couple players, and now chip back in, and Montgomery's offside, so now they whistle it, and that'll stop play. 9:35 to go in the second period. Score is 2-1 Montgomery. They're going to stay out there for another drop. Riot's taking the face-off and controlled by Patriots. Danny's going to get there and pushes it towards the blue line and clears out. And Yosef's there and sends it, but so is Montgomery. And now pushing it, sends it ahead to Riot. Riot's got it now. Sends it, takes a shot, got disrupted by the defense, goes into the far side corner. And now Montgomery's trying to clear it out. Bouncing puck comes out to blue line, but bouncing right past Cohen. Now shoveled at by the defense. Montgomery's offsides, but it doesn't matter because now chipped back in deep by Riot. Forechecking is Yosef, and he's got it. He's going to get some pressure here from a Montgomery player. Still batting for control of the puck alongside the boards. And now Montgomery sends it out towards the point. Danny holds his zone, though, and chips it back in. It goes off of Riot. Riot takes a shot. Missed it. Goes over to the far side corner. And now clears it out. Now Montgomery's going the other way into 2-on-1. And Danny's trying to slow him down in the corner, but they got a trailer. And now knocked away by Riot's skate. And now they have it on a forehand. And they bring it over to the near side, top of the circle. Sends it out to the point. Lines up, takes a shot. Ricocheted, went straight up in the air. Bouncing puck now settled by Danny. Danny clears the zone. It could be icing. Icing's the call. It's going to come all the way back. 8:30 on the clock on that stoppage of play for icing. Going to come all the way back in the offensive zone for the Patriots. Some fresh legs coming out there. You got Dakota, Zach, William, Langston, and Johnny. And Gethin is still in the box. But no penalty minutes on the board for that hit to the back earlier. Zach is taking his face off. Montgomery wins the draw and nearly charges towards the net, but knocked away by the defense. Now they push it back towards the point, and Montgomery settles the puck. Makes some moves now, comes into the circle. Now into the slot. Has it on our backhand, though. Sends it towards the net, goes off of William. Now picked up by Zach. Zach skating with it, going to break the zone. Sends it ahead for Dakota. Dakota enters the zone, sends it back to, missed the pass, goes into the near side corner. Forecheck, Zach, and now Johnny's on a trailer. Touched up by a Montgomery stick, and now trying to clear his zone by picked up by Zach. Zach takes a shot, missed the net, comes over to the near side. Picked up by Montgomery. It goes off of Zach, and there's a collision down there. Now, Dakota fires it through the slot, but nobody touches it. Comes over to the near side boards and picked up by Montgomery. Trying to clear it out. Williams there holds his own, dumps it back in, but it hits the players and leaves it. Now back out to neutral ice. Zach trying to put some pressure on Montgomery, and they enter the zone. Got chipped at by Langston's skate, and forces Montgomery to go back to the red line. Forechecking, Johnny comes back towards the William. William sends it ahead, but back to Montgomery. Montgomery settles the puck. Intercepted by temporarily there. Now Montgomery's got the puck in the end of the zone. Chipped up by William, puts it back towards neutral ice. Montgomery making some changes. Coming over here to the near side. Now picked up. Montgomery chips it ahead. Williams there sends it ahead, but there's just Montgomery players there. They send it up ahead. Montgomery enters the zone outside. Behind, got it on a forehand, disrupted by Langston. Now tries the center, coming over and wrap around, and goes off of, we got lucky there. He got a skate on that. Now picked up by William, going the other way. Williams going to break the zone. And still skating with it. Sends it over to Dylan. We're back on side, but now taken away by Montgomery. Montgomery fires it out, intercepted by William, and hammered and goes up flying in the air. Bouncing puck goes in to settle by Montgomery. Montgomery closes out. There's a Montgomery player there behind our defense, and Langston gets involved, slows him down, takes a backhand, and Moose got a piece of that. Sends it back out towards the blue line. Held in by Montgomery. And now Z gets involved. And now it takes a shot, misses to the left, goes over to the far side corner. Montgomery's there, though, but on a back check is Nico, and swats at it, goes through this, intercepted by Montgomery in the circle. They send over to the near side, touched up, Montgomery's got it, and they take a shot, hits off the side of the post, back over to Z. Z's going to make the break sign to get away from that back check. Excuse me, the forecheck comes out towards the top of the circle. Montgomery sends it back into the circle. Montgomery's there, they send it out to the, intercepted by Dylan. Dylan can't clear the zone though, now settled by Montgomery, and Montgomery chips it back into the corner. Langston's there and sends it ahead for Dylan. Dylan can't handle, now does, and tries to get past Montgomery, playing keep away though, and chipping at it. Z's there. Z sends it back to himself, and now Ender's going to enter the zone here. Got a bunch of Montgomery players in his face though. Playing keep away, now brings it into the far corner, has it on the backhand, now on a forehand, takes a shot, hits the side of the net, goes still has control of the puck though. Got some pressure now on a back check though by Montgomery, and they take the puck away. Nico's down there, but Montgomery gets past them, and now coming out of the zone. And flings it ahead, but intercepted by Chris. Chris sends it back for Dylan. Dylan trying to get it in, dumps it in. Now loose puck goes in deep, and forechecking is Z, but Montgomery swatting at it. Now it comes back and intercepted by Dylan, but they lost the puck and got taken away by Montgomery. Back checking though, and now loose puck at the top of the circle. Nico sends it over to Z. Z makes a move, has it on a forehand, now a backhand. Goalie's down, loose puck in front of the net, now tied up by the defense and taken away by Montgomery, going the other way. In a 1-on-2, Chris trying to slow him down. Montgomery playing keep away, getting lighter on the team, get caught up. Now back checked away by Chris. Chris sends it ahead for Z, and Montgomery's making some changes. Z made a move to get away from him, brings it on a forehand, shoots and goes high over the top of the net, goes into the far corner. Montgomery's down there. We made some changes as well. And now Joseph's out there with Jackson, takes a shot. Bouncing puck goes on net, loose puck in front of the net, sends it back to the goalie, and the goalie covers it, and they stop play. 4:53 to go in the period. 1 goal game here. The score is 2-1 Montgomery. Second period continues. We got an offensive zone faceoff comes for the Patriots. Riot, Brody, Joseph, Chris, and Jackson. Riot taking a faceoff. Nobody's in the slot. Okay, now they figured that out. Brody's going to go over there. And controlled by Montgomery, but forechecking is Patriots. They chip it ahead. Joseph's there. Joseph's got it now. Got some pressure. Has it on a forehand. Makes some moves towards the left. Takes a shot. Goal. Goalie gave up a rebound. They tried to clear it out, but it hit something, and it got slowed down now. Now Montgomery's got it going the other way. Got a 2-on-2, and they're going to enter the zone onside. Has it on a forehand, but smeared into the boards and still control the puck. Now send it, goes off the side of the net, and now hammered now towards the point. Montgomery's there, and they settle it. They take another shot. It hit a defender. Now goes back towards the net. Loose puck in the slot. Goes on net, but the goalie got a piece of that. Now loose puck pushing on it is Jackson. Sends it out towards the point. Held in by Montgomery, and they flick it into their bench. And we'll see where this faceoff comes. I think it's going to come at neutral ice because Montgomery threw it onto their own bench from neutral ice. 4:16 to go in the period. Blue line faceoff coming. Fresh legs for the Patriots and Montgomery. So it's Cohen and Danny, Johnny, Zach, and Ellis. And controlled by Patriots. Ellis charges out of there with the puck, makes a move, and gets him at the, splits the D, takes a shot, but it wasn't very hard, and the goal easily covers that, and that'll stop play. 4:07 to go in the second period. Offensive zone face-off coming now. No change in the lines. Johnny's in the slot. Zach
Just
taking the goal.
shoot, White! Just shoot! Trust me!
And tied up on the face-off. Now Montgomery won it. Forecheck, you know, is Johnny. And now taking away Montgomery. And Montgomery's trying to skate to get out of there. And they send it out to the blue line. It hit the Montgomery player. Now offsides is the call. And this will probably come at the blue line. 3:56.
Get up, Johnny.
Second period. Montgomery's got a 1-goal lead. Scores 2-1 Montgomery. Zachary taking the face-off. Controlled by Montgomery, but now Danny's going to go fetch this and sends it ahead towards neutral ice. Montgomery dumps it back in. They're offside. And we'll see where this face-off comes. They're pointing towards the blue line. 3:48 to go in the second period. Another neutral zone face-off coming. Now they're saying center ice. They're pointing towards the blue line, but the referee took it to the center ice.
Where's Zach?
And controlled by Patriots. Danny's got it, but got some pressure on a forecheck. Pushes that, but doesn't get much on it. Now Montgomery dumps it in. Loose puck behind the net, chasing after it. Cohen's going to get there first, but the puck's stuck to the boards and it's on its edge. And he swats at it, and Montgomery chips it past him. Now Montgomery goes to get it, sends it towards the net. Took a weird hop off the side of the net. Goalie got a piece of that. Now it's still stuck to the side of the net. Now hammered out of there by Zach. Goes back towards Ellis. Ellis can't do anything with it. It hits something weird on the boards. And now he takes a shot from a mile out, and Henry saw that and gloves it, and that'll stop play. 3:21 to go in the period. And fresh legs for both teams coming out there.
Let's shoot, Z!
Got William and Langston on defense.
Got it,
Z, Dylan, and Nico. Dylan sets up in the slot with Langston. And controlled by the Patriots. And now goes on net. Missed the net, though. Goes over to the near side. And Montgomery's there, and they have the puck and keeping it away from our back check. Now sends it, went off the side of the back of the net. Now picked up by Montgomery. They send it over to the near side. Bouncing puck. Williams there, but so is Montgomery. Montgomery sends it out to the high slot. Goes off of Nico, and it clears the zone. Nico's battling now and got touched up by a couple Patriots, but gets stumped back in deep by Montgomery. Loose puck behind the net, picked up by Langston. Langston hammers it out to the near side point. Clears the zone. Touched up a little bit by Montgomery, though, but forechecking is Nico. They send it over to the near side. Now continue the forecheck, but now it goes all the way back in. This could be icing. They wave the icing, going all the way down. Puck's on its edge. Langston's there and hammers it. It comes back towards the point. It hits something held in by Montgomery. They dumped it back in. Now loose puck behind the net. William is there. He chips at it, bounces over to the far corner. Montgomery now has it on a backhand. And big collision there, but didn't do much with it. Now Montgomery's on the backhand, takes a shot, takes another shot, and loose puck comes over to the near side point, far side point. They send it into the slot, but Dylan's there and ties them up. Now goes off of Z. Now Montgomery pushes it, but it's still stuck there. And now they bring it into the circle, chipped at, and it's going to clear the zone. Now held in by Montgomery. They're saying he got his hand out. I'm not sure what this is, delayed penalty or what, but bouncing puck, it's a delayed penalty on the Patriots. It's a hook, and I think it's on Nico, and that's going to result in a power play for Montgomery. Nico goes in the box, 2 minutes for hooking, and to kill this is Jackson and Chris, Riot and Yosef. So Gethin is still in the box from that hit earlier. I don't think he's coming out anytime soon. And Montgomery wins the draw. Immediately takes a shot, goes off the side of the net over to the near side, and hammered by Riot, but didn't go anywhere. And now Riot's got it, getting short-handed, going to clear the zone. Getting zoned by Yosef. Turns into a 2-on-2 and puts some speed on. Now got behind the defense, but takes a whiffed on a shot because got back checked there by the defense. Now the puck's stuck in the corner, and Yosef's kicking on it. Got it out of there, but taken away by Montgomery. Montgomery skating now, clears the zone. They ice the puck. Going to come all the way back. 1:37 to go in the second period. There's a minute 32 left in the penalty kill.
Easy pickings.
In the offensive zone is a good place to kill penalties. Jackson, Chris, Riot, and Yosef. Nobody sets up in the slot here. Jackson in the high slot. shorthanded here for another minute 32. There's a minute 37 in the period.
Be aware, White. Be aware.
And controlled by Montgomery. Goes back behind the, and then dumped ahead, but Yosef's on a forecheck. Comes out to the point. Chris is there. Chris dumps it back in, but it hits the Montgomery player. And now back to Montgomery in their circle. And they fired across the ice and touched up by Jackson as they're crossing the red line. Jackson dumps it back in and hit our bench, and that'll stop play. Let's see where this faceoff comes. I think it's going to be right at the blue line.
Good job, White. Good job being aware.
Now they're saying the other blue line because we did that. Still a neutral zone faceoff, but towards our defensive zone. Penalty kill continues for another minute 18, minute 23 in the period. Riot taking faceoff, Yosef at center ice. And controlled by Montgomery. They charge into the zone, into the slot. Takes a shot! And Moose saw that, covers it, and that'll stop play. And we're going to make some changes. Z's out there with Cohen, Danny, and Brody. There's still a minute 15 in the period and a minute 10 on this penalty kill. So Brody and Cohen set up in the slot, and Z is taking a face-off. And controlled by nobody. He goes into the corner. Now Danny's there. No, excuse me, Z. He's going to airmail this thing out. Held in. It could have been a hand pass, but they held the zone. And now Montgomery's got it. Takes a shot. Got redirected into the netting, and that'll stop play. 1 minute and 1 second left in the period and 56 seconds left in the penalty kill. Controlled by Patriots. Z goes and out positions him, sends it over to Danny. Danny tries to clear his zone, but it's coming to the blue line. Gets knocked out by Montgomery. We got a collision and an offsides. And nice effort there by Brody to push them offsides, get it back to neutral ice with this faceoff. 51 seconds left in the period. They're going to stay out there for another drop. Montgomery made some changes. And Patriots win the draw. Danny chips it back to neutral ice. Montgomery's there to collect the puck, though, and they dump it back in. Back to Danny. Danny had to go back and get it, but has it. Sends it back to Z, back to neutral ice. Montgomery sends it across ice, and now to the high slot, and Montgomery's on side. But battling for position is Z. And now Montgomery maintains control of the puck, though, but getting some pressure by a bunch of Patriots. Now into the slot, and they got a wide open shot here. Missed the net, though. Goes over to the far side, picked up by Cohen. Cohen can't clear it out, though. Montgomery shovels it in on the backhand. Who's stuck behind the net? Danny's there. Swatted on a pass. Montgomery's got it, and they fire it over here at the near side. Far side point. Montgomery slows the puck down and stops it in the, now swooping in. They send it back to the point, but the defender is not there because he cycled in. There's less than 10 seconds to go in the period. Forechecking here is Brody. Montgomery has control of the puck in their defensive zone. 4 seconds left. Montgomery's going to probably take a shot here from the blue line. And now they lost the puck. And that'll be the end of the period. And the end of the penalty kill for the Patriots. So second intermission's getting ready to start. Third period coming up. Patriots are down by 1 goal. The score is 2-1 Montgomery. Nearly even shots on goal for both teams. Montgomery's got 16. Patriots have 15.
Let's go, Moose! Moose! Not me. I go by shooting him.
All right, that horn is the end of the second intermission. Third period getting ready to start. We're going to be defending the left side of the screen. Henry will still be in net. Geffen is going back in the penalty box. The sin bin is Geffen's bench today.
Let's go, Tottenham!
Okay, so Langston and William are on defense. Even strength now for the Patriots. Riot, Yosef, and Brody. Riot's taking face off. Yosef's on the far side. Brody's on the near side.
Let's go. It's easy.
1 goal game here.
Easy.
Montgomery has the advantage.
Have fun.
Third period getting ready to start. And controlled by Montgomery back there at the fence, and they send it ahead, but Williams there, he settles the puck. Chips it ahead for Ryan. Riot's going to try to bring us onside. He does. Got past the defense, but now chipped back towards the blue line. Swatting at it was Williams.
No, Ryan.
Now Montgomery's going the other way. They chip it ahead. There's another Montgomery player on the far side. He got on a forehand, takes a shot. Moose had to go out and cover that, and that'll stop play. 14:38 to go in the third period. Stoppage of play results in a defensive zone faceoff for the Patriots. No change in the lines. And now finally Gethin is out of the penalty box. And controlled by Montgomery. They take a shot and went high over the top of the net. Chasing after it is Williams. Williams sends it off the defender though. Off of Montgomery. Now Langston hammers it out of there. He got ricocheted off of Montgomery player and goes in. No chance of icing here. Forechecking is Yosef. And hammered out of there, and holding his zone is Riot. Riot sends it to Yosef. Yosef takes a shot, missed the net, comes over to the near side point. Gonna go all the way down, chasing after it's Williams. It's not gonna make it all the way down there. Montgomery's making a wholesale change here. Williams sends it ahead for Yosef. Yosef's got to hit the brakes on and get it, and now banging on it, enters the zone, and now back check though, and now loose puck. Williams settles it, has to go after it, almost got tripped there, and now circles on it, playing keep away from, it went off of Montgomery player, chasing after his own. And it goes back towards the point. Montgomery sends it towards the net, but it misses. It goes over to the nearest far side. Now Montgomery's there looking for a pass. They send it out to the high slot. Montgomery's there, but so is Ellis. And now pushes it to Yosef. Yosef's got a one-on-one, turning into a two-on-two. It goes on net. Goalie missed it, though. It comes over to the near side. Did not go on net. And now it goes out towards Ellis. Ellis takes a shot, missed the net to the right. Goes over to the far side corner. And Montgomery's there. And no forecheck, though, from the Patriots. Ellis holds the zone, though. And now trying to get to it. Now, assuming that was Zach. And now the shot goes off of a Montgomery player and clears the zone. They're chasing after it is Chris, but they got a Montgomery player on a forecheck. Goes off the Montgomery player, and they're back onside. Has it on a forehand now. Takes a shot. Hit the bar. And now shipped that by Langston. Goes back towards the net. Goes through the crease. Montgomery takes another shot. Goes high over the top of the net. Over to the far corner. Bounce. The puck is spinning like a top. Z settles it. Now crosses the neutral. And ahead to Ellis. Bouncing puck into the... Now Ellis got on the backhand, and now lost the puck. Kicks it ahead towards the net, though. Now goalie reaches out and butterflies on top of the puck, and that'll stop play. 12:51 to go in the period. Patriots are down by a goal. Offensive zone faceoff coming. And some changes. Dylan's out there now. Z, Nico, Jackson, and Chris. Nico sets up in the slot. Z is taking the faceoff. Controlled by Montgomery. Forecheck, and now Montgomery's going to clear the zone. Banging on it, though. It's going the other way down, chasing after it. Montgomery, Chris is there. Chris takes the puck away. Going to take a little bit of it. Got away from that collision, though, and still pushes the puck ahead. Sends it out towards the blue line, held in by Montgomery. Knocked off of Dylan. Dylan's got it on a forehand now. He's trying to get into a two-on-one here. Sends it over Nico by himself. Nico's going to wind up, takes a shot. Big rebound, bounces into the slot. Picked up by the defense, though, and they send it out towards it hit a weird something on the boards. Picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's got it in the circle now and skating with it, trying to get away from our forecheck. Swatting on a pass and held alongside the boards. Z is there, trying to hold it in. Dumps it ahead, and now over to Nico. Nico sends it to the slot, but there's nobody there. Comes over to the near side boards. Dylan's there on a forecheck, goes off of and clears the zone out to neutral ice. Jackson sends it over to Chris. Chris got a Montgomery player all over him, now hammered in by Nico. Loose puck behind the net, chasing after on a forecheck. Well, Montgomery's going to get there first. Z now approaches the puck, chips at it, knocks it away. Z's got it on a backhand, looking for a pass. And still looking for a pass, sends it out to the high slot. Chris is there, chips on it, and dumps it back in. Hits a couple of Montgomery players. Now back checked by Dylan, now picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery enters the neutral zone, and now crosses the middle. And now they're going to make some changes. They come on side, take a shot. Big ricochet goes towards the crease, knocked away over to Chris. Chris has got it now, got some room because Montgomery's changing. Sends it over to Z. Z made a move to get away from that forecheck. Enters neutral ice, crosses the red line. Going to get us on side here. Winds up, takes a shot. Goalie didn't touch that. It missed the net. Goes over to the far side. Dylan's there on a forecheck. And Montgomery hammers it out towards the point. Chipped back in by Cohen, but intercepted by Montgomery. Montgomery sends it ahead to the Montgomery player, but Jackson's in his face, trying to slow him down. Got behind Jackson, heads on a forehand. Shoots, hits the bar, comes whipping out to the blue line. And now back checking, Nico sends it out of the zone. And Montgomery's back on side, though, and back over to Jackson. Jackson had to play that in a funny angle. It comes out to the high side, intercepted by Montgomery. Sends it over, intercepted by Dylan, over to Nico. Nico's now skating with it, crosses the red line, sends it ahead for Dylan. Dylan's got it, pushes it to Nico, and can't quite make the pass, though. And Montgomery gets there and chips it ahead to the top of the circle, now out of the zone. It's going all the way down. Chasing after it is Danny. Gethin's out there in the ice now, and so is Cohen. Danny's playing keep away behind the net. Got a forechecker approaching. Sends it out of the zone, but Montgomery's waiting for the puck at neutral ice. And they send it ahead. They're back on side. Dakota's out there now. Dakota's got it on a forehand. They got intercepted slightly, touched up by Montgomery, but intercepted by Ellis. Ellis has got it now, crosses the red line. And trying to get us on side, got chopped down by a defender, and now goes high off the glass, bouncing puck, kicked at by Cohen. He sends it into the offensive zone. Forechecking is Ellis. Puck skirts out. Gethin's there. He sends it ahead. We're back on side. Ellis is there. Chips it ahead. And now loose puck, and Montgomery pushes it back towards the blue line. Touched up by Cohen, back to Danny. Danny sends it back to the blue line. Now Ellis gets us on side by getting banged at by Montgomery. Brings it to the top of the circle. Ellis still has it. Takes a shot. Goalie touched that with his glove and knocked it away over to Dakota. Dakota sends it, but it hits the Montgomery player. Montgomery's got it now at their end line, looking for a pass. They're going to ML it out, and goes all the way down. This could be icing. But now Montgomery's getting summoned back to their bench for a change, and it's icing anyway. It's going to come all the way back. 9:44 to go in the period. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Patriots. Down by a goal. And it's Riot, Brody, Yosef, William, and Langston. Riot's going to take the faceoff. Brody's going to set up in the slot. Controlled by Montgomery. They chip it towards the top of the circle. Knocked out. Montgomery's going the other way, getting chased after by William. William's trying to slow him down. Montgomery poked away by William into the corner. Now knocks it over to himself, chasing after his own get. Hits it, but he got touched up. Now bouncing puck goes out to the blue line. Brody's there to stop the pass. Now crosses the red line, sends it ahead for Yosef. Yosef trying to split the D over to Riot's got it on a forehand. And takes a shot, hit the side of the net, goes off behind the net now. And forechecking, but can't do much with it. Now picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery sends it out to William, intercepted it. Takes a shot, missed the net though, goes over the far side corner. Took a weird hop and now picked up by Montgomery, and now they're trying to clear the zone. Yosef's there trying to slow him down, goes out towards the red line. Langston's there, sends it back towards the red line, and Yosef pushes it ahead, now into the offensive zone. Montgomery's settling it though. Forechecking though, Yosef knocked it away. Loose puck now goes behind the net, but picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery sends it ahead, and now poked at by Riot. Now back towards the blue line, held in by the skate of Langston. Goes in now deep, and now into the corner. And Yosef digs it out of there, but over to Montgomery. Montgomery now going to send it out, but Langston's there to take control of the puck. And pushes it ahead to Brody, chips it over to Riot. Riot gets his onside, takes a shot, goes off the defender. Now backhanding it over to Brody, and got a little change up there because it hit the defender's stick, but the goalie saw it setting up and covered it, and that'll stop play. 8:30 to go in the period, still down by a goal. Now we got some fresh legs out there for the Patriots. It's Johnny, Zach, Gethin, Chris, and Jackson. Johnny's in the slot. Zach is taking the faceoff. Controlled by Montgomery. They're going to immediately charge out of the zone, chasing after those Jackson. Got a forechecker on him though, and went off of, now back on side. Montgomery got it, puck taken away by Chris, sends it back towards Gethin. Gethin sends it out of the zone, and bouncing puck settled by Montgomery. They're going to get back on side here, and they do. Now forechecking though, and now Montgomery's offside. And that whistle will stop play, and we'll get a neutral zone faceoff. 8:11 to go in the period. They're going to stay out there for another drop. Johnny at center ice, Zach taking the face-off, Gethin on the boards, Chris and Jackson on defense. 8-11, controlled by Patriots. Gethin's got it now, crosses the red line by himself and dumps it in. Now chases after his own get. Loose puck behind the net. Montgomery's going to get there first, but Gethin's on a hard forecheck. Now retrieves the puck, but it goes off, stuck to the boards. Montgomery's got it. They send it to the high slot. It's going to clear the zone. Swatting at it, but didn't do much with it. Now Montgomery's got some speed on, going to try to get behind us, and they do. Chris is going to slow him down. He puts the brakes on top of the circle, takes a shot, and Henry saw that, and it stuck to him, and no rebound, and that'll stop play. 7:47 left to go in the period. Still a one-goal game. Now a defensive zone face-off. Some fresh legs out there for the Patriots. It's Nico, Z, Dylan, Cohen, and Danny. And controlled by Patriots. Back to Danny. Danny fires over the near side. Nico's there. Nico got to control the puck now. Skates and sends it out of the zone. He couldn't quite make the pass to Dylan, but the puck goes into our offensive zone. Forechecking is Z, but they immediately leave the zone with that quick pass. And now get behind Danny, but Cohen's there trying to slow him down. Got behind Cohen. Now has it out forward. Goes into the net and handled by, we got a whistle coming. I think it's a hook on us. don't know what happened there. I think the door on the boards opened, and that was why they stopped the play. There's no penalty. The door inexplicably opened, and they stopped play to close the door. So they're going to stay out there again. Z's taking the face off. Cohen and Nico in the slot. Handled by Danny. Danny sends it over here to Nico. Nico's got some pressure, though. Sends it out towards the blue line, and out to Montgomery's going to settle it in their defensive zone. Before checking is Dylan. Can't do much with it. Goes back to neutral ice. Over to Cohen. Cohen chips it ahead over to Z. Z makes some moves to get away from that. And now has it and brings it on side. Lost the puck as he entered the zone, though. Sends it in deep now. Loose puck behind that. Chasing after it is Dylan, but Montgomery gets it, and they send it out towards the point. Can't quite hold his zone. It's going all the way down. And we slowed it down, and Montgomery's got incredible amounts of speed now. Gets behind our defense and got nice defensive stop there. Active stick by Henry. Sends it over here to the knee side. Picked up by Nico. Sends it ahead for Z. Z's going to break out, skating through the zone, and crosses the red line, puts the brakes on, and now it's going to hammer it. And loose puck goes in deep, and we're going to change on that. Touched up by the defender, and now forechecking. Dylan got a piece of that, knocked it into the corner. Now touched up by Johnny, and now chipping at it. Now air mailed out by bouncing puck, hit William, and now he's going to go fetch it. 6:26 on a rolling clock here. Sends it across ice ahead to Z. Z's there and gets behind the fence. I got back checked away, though. And now Johnny's trying to slow him down, whacking at the puck, and now back into the offensive zone. Chipping at it is William. William sends it back towards the blue line, clears the zone. Now facing after it is Z, but now picked up by Montgomery, and they're going to regroup. Dakota's out there, took the puck away. Has it on a forehand now. Sends it to Z in the slot by himself. Made a move, knocked away by the goalie, now by the defense. Out to Langston at the point. Langston winds up, takes a shot, scores! Ties the game! Unassisted goal there for Langston. Ties it up with 5:56 to go in the third period. Scores 2-2. All right, we got some fresh legs out there. It's Jackson, Chris, Johnny, Ellis, and Dakota. Ellis is taking the face-off. Dakota's on the near side. Johnny's on the far side. Controlled by Ellis. And back check, though, and taken away by Montgomery. Montgomery charges into the zone. Going to wind up swatting at it was Jackson. Montgomery got behind him, though. Takes a shot. Loose puck comes out to the top of the circle, picked up by Ellis. Ellis skating now to break the zone, and does. And now chipped at, though, by Montgomery's defense. And now back to neutral ice. And swatting at it. Montgomery's trying to get back outside. They do it. Bring it in the slot. They take a shot and scores. That's a hat trick for number 77 for Montgomery's got all their goals from one player. Patriots don't have an answer for him. The same thing that we played him a couple weeks ago. He had like 5 goals against us. Okay, Zach's out there now, controlled by Montgomery, and they're chipped at and now back. They're offside, but no call. Now back to neutral ice. They're still offside. Now taken away by Yosef. Yosef sends it intercepted by Montgomery. Bouncing puck through the zone back to Yosef. Now Yosef enters the zone and got behind the defense a little bit. Has it on forward scoop. Big rebound. Hammered out of there by the fence. Hits another defender, though, and now back in the corner. Yosef's down there battling for control of the puck. Taken away by Montgomery. Back checked, though, by Yosef. Big collision. And Montgomery closes the zone. Now picked up by Chris. Chris is going to get settled back outside. Hammers the puck in deep now. Loose puck goes in. Could be icing. No, they waved it. And Montgomery sends it back towards the blue line. Montgomery's there. Now they clear the zone. Banging on it, though, is Gethin. Back to Jackson. Jackson trying to clear the zone, but Montgomery's offside. Now Yosef's there trying to take the puck away and does. Comes back in the zone. Montgomery's back on side. And now banged on it. Got behind us again. And 77 takes another shot. And it goes so hard it leaves the zone. And forechecking is Gethin. Montgomery's offside. We'll see. They're saying blue line for this faceoff. 4:35 to go in the period. Montgomery's now up by 1 goal. Scores 3-2.
Down 1?
All right, let's go into center ice. That makes more sense. They were well offside there. Okay, Dylan, Z, Nico, Cohen, and Danny now controlled by Montgomery. They get behind our defense, and Danny got a piece of that, though, knocked away. Comes over here, forehand for Danny. Got back checked, though, and now Montgomery's got on a forehand, and they knocked away into the slot. Takes a shot. Shot went into the netting, and that'll stop play. 4:19 to go in the period. I assume this is going to come in the zone.
Again.
Montgomery threw it into the netting on the shot attempt. All right, so control by Dillon. Dillon's going to break the zone here. It does. Montgomery settles the puck and neutralizes. Dillon's on a forecheck. Montgomery's somehow back on side. Puck's in deep now. Danny's there. Danny's got it on a forehand. Flings it towards the blue line. Chipped at by Montgomery. Dillon got behind him. Getting 2-on-1 here, joined by Nico. And he sends it over to Nico. Nico's by himself. Shoots, got a big rebound. Dillon can't handle the rebound though. Sends it back towards the net. Scores! Z picked up the loose change, going to the back of the net. Ties it up. 3:55 to go in the period.
Where's your towel? I used it. Oh, I'm sorry.
We're celebrating like we won the Stanley Cup over here. And we're going to get some fresh legs out there. Okay, so it's Wyatt, Brody, Joseph, Langston, and Wyatt taking a face-off. And controlled by Wyatt. Wyatt lost his edge, though. Now, Brody's continuing to force it, taken over by Montgomery. Montgomery got a back check, though, and is knocked away by Williams. Goes over to the center ice. Joseph's there, but so is Montgomery. Now, chipped at by, out of his zone, and now gave up the puck. Now Montgomery's got it. Swatting at it with Wyatt. Now over to Montgomery. And now loose puck in the slot, going towards the net, knocked away by Langston, comes over to the underside boards. Big collision picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's got on her backhand, sent it towards the net, knocked away by Wyatt. Loose puck in the corner picked up by Montgomery. Montgomery's got on the backhand, they shovel it behind the net. There's a Montgomery player there, but so is Langston. Montgomery clears it, now shoves it on a reverse, and no whistle yet. Now finally a stoppage to play. 3:18 to go in the period. And this is going to be a defensive zone faceoff for the Patriots.
19!
Fresh legs out there for the Patriots. No changing from Montgomery, so it's Z, Nico, Dillon, Jackson, and Chris. Tie game. 3:18 to go in the third period. Nico and Chris are in the slot. Controlled by Montgomery. Immediately takes a shot, but misses to the right. Hammered by Jackson out towards the point, but they held it back and knocked down the top of the circle. Battling for it and kicking at it is Z. Z trying to clear it out. Montgomery holds his own though. Montgomery sends it towards the net. There's a Montgomery player there trying to center it, but knocked away by Chris's stick. Sends it again to the crease, intercepted by Z. Z's trying to get out of there. High slot now, controlled by Montgomery. They swat on a shot. Sends it out towards Nico, and Nico's got it. Clears it out, sends it ahead for Dillon. Dillon's by himself on a 1-on-3. Comes onside, chipped away by Montgomery's defense. Ahead here in the neutral ice. Chris tries to send it ahead, but Montgomery takes it away and gets back onside. Winds up, takes a shot. Hard shot picked up by Moose, and that'll stop play. 2:40 to go in the period. And we're not going to change. We're going to stay out there for another drop. Dillon's in the slot. No, we're going to make changes. So swapping out defense. Danny and Cohen take the ice. So we're going to complete change here. Okay, so Danny and Cohen, Yosef, Brody, and Riot. Danny and Yosef are in the slot. Riot is taking the face-off. And controlled by Montgomery. They immediately take a shot. Big rebound. Comes off the side of the net to the left. Doesn't know where the puck is. Now the puck's loose. Comes into the circle. And now Montgomery's got it. Throws it into the crease. Knocked away by Danny. Goes over to the far side. Yosef's there. Got on the backhand. Skating hard now to break the zone. And he's going to cross and enter onside. Still got some speed on. Getting some slowed down there by Montgomery. Centers the puck. Goes in. Oh, off the side of the net. And over out to the point. Cohen throws it into the slot. Bouncing puck. Can't get a handle. It goes into the corner. And Yosef goes and digs it out of there. Chips it on the backhand over to Riot. Riot's got it behind the net now on a backhand. Now on a forehand. Tries to stuff it. Puck stuck to the side of the net. And now we're standing in the crease, but no whistle. And now we got a whistle. And exactly 2 minutes on that stop. The puck is buried in the snow on the post in the net. And now we're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone. Riot, Brody's in the slot. Riot's taking the face-off. And we got a timeout. I think it's a timeout blue. I'm not 100% sure who called this timeout. But we have a timeout. There's exactly 2 minutes left on the clock here in the third period. It's a tie score. This is a league game for us, and this team beat us the other day, right at the end of the game with a couple goals. So I think the Patriots are anxious to come out of here with a tie or a win. All right. We didn't spend much time in that timeout at the bench. And this is going to be an offensive zone faceoff when the timeout is over. There's still 14 seconds left in the timeout. 2 minutes on the clock in the third period, tie game. 3-3. Riot's taking the faceoff. Brody's in the slot. Yosu's back near the opposing bench. Cohen and Danny. And controlled by Montgomery, back in behind their net. Now forechecking though is Brody. They send it over to the near side. Approaching is Cohen. And now they airmail it out of there, back over here to neutralize. Bouncing puck, Danny's there. Settles the puck and sends it ahead, but it hit a Montgomery player, but goes back in the offensive zone. Yosu's there. He's got it on the backhand, takes a shot, missed the net, comes bouncing out towards the top of the blue line and touched up by Montgomery. Now Montgomery sends it ahead, and there's a Montgomery player there to take control of it, and they're onside. Swatting at it is Riot. Riot ships it out of there, hits the Montgomery player though, and they hold the zone. Back to the defense, and they clear it out back to neutral ice. They send it across the ice. There's a Montgomery player there to take control of the puck, and they puts the brakes on. Montgomery fell down though. Bouncing puck comes here to the near side board. Shoveled in on the backhand by Montgomery. Loose puck behind the net, picked up by Danny. Danny fires it high off the glass towards the far point. Chipped out of his zone by Joseph. Loose puck at neutral ice. Montgomery throws it back offsides. Montgomery. We'll see where this faceoff's going to come. We're saying the other blue line. That's a huge advantage for us. We got a timeout white now. So there's a minute 4 on the clock. Still a tie game. Timeout white. So both teams are exercising their timeout here right at the end of the third period of a tie game. And this faceoff's actually going to happen right at the blue line for us, the offensive blue line for us, because Montgomery flung the puck back into the zone. I don't 100% understand the rule on where they place the faceoff because of an offsides, but I think it's the referee's judgment, and if they judge that the team did it deliberately, then they get to put it someplace else. I've seen it so bad that they've actually put it at the other end of the ice. In this case, they put it at the other blue line. So a little bit of an advantage, not a huge advantage, but a little bit of advantage. Considering there's only a minute to play in this game, and it's a high game, we'll take every advantage we can get. All right, horn is the end of the timeout. Patriots are coming out of the huddle there for the timeout. All right, Henry's still in the net. And we got William and Langston, Z, Riot, Joseph. So we're loading up this line. And Z's taking a face off. Controlled by Langston, sends it ahead to Joseph. We're onside. Joseph's got on a forehand. Takes a shot. Missed the net. Comes over to the near side. Coming out towards the point. Williams steps up and pushes it back into Z. Loose puck now behind the net. Forechecking. Loose puck goes into the far corner. Montgomery's there, but Joseph's all over him. Now comes out to the point. Held in by Langston. Loose puck now to the blue circle. And I got a whistle coming. And left the puck in the neutral ice, though. Now Montgomery's trying to, I think it's a delayed penalty on the Patriots. And now they have extra attacker. And now they chip it ahead, and now they're onside. A big collision, and now flung out of the zone. So we got a penalty coming on the Patriots. There's 31 seconds and change on the... Langston's getting called for, I think, interference. Tripping. So Langston goes to the box, and I think we're going to be in a penalty kill for the rest of this game. Tie game, 3-3. There's 30 seconds left. To kill this penalty is Danny, Jackson, Z, and Riot. Immediately takes a shot off the goal off the faceoff. Goes over to the far corner. Montgomery settles it, sends it out to the point. and can't hold the zone. Now chipping in is Wyatt going and trying to split the D, and now we got a penalty coming on. I don't know who the penalty's on. It's interference on Montgomery. They were slow to blow that whistle, but we're going to go into a 4-on-4 here for the rest of the game. And this is going to be, this faceoff should come in the offensive zone for the Patriots, which we'll see here. 16.4 seconds left. 4-on-4 for the rest of this game until either somebody scores or it ends in a tie.
That's why I never want to watch that. Work that score.
So Riot's out there, Z, Danny, and Jackson. Riot is going to move into the high. He's going to move directly behind Z. There's no more timeouts on the board. Referees are talking it over with the scorer right now. I think they're trying to figure out how to score this penalty, but it was interference was the call on Montgomery. Riot split the D and they smeared him, and they were out of position. So
take that shot!
Good way to draw a penalty there. Okay, Z's taking the face off and controlled by Montgomery. They immediately hits off of Riot and goes into the corner. Montgomery sends it in, but didn't get anything on it. Z's got it, playing keeper. Has it on the back end behind the net. Puts the brakes on, now looking for a pass. Sends it out to Jackson, bouncing puck. Jackson holds his own, knocked away by Montgomery. 9 seconds away, chipped away by Danny. And now chip back in, Danny's there on defense, fires it out deep behind the, there's 3 seconds left, puck's in the corner. Riot's down there, ties them up, and that'll be the end of the game. High score after 3 periods of play. And I'm going to call that a success for the Patriots there. That team beat us pretty easily last time we faced them. We don't really have an answer for number 77. He scored 3 goals for them today, and he scored like 5 the other day. And that's how the game ends on a 3-3 tie. No more hockey this weekend. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Good to see the Patriots.
Good job, White. Good team defense. Good job, White. Good job, White.
Amazon.
All that COVID? I do. You guys hear about Indian House?
All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in.